never seen a line this long.
Well, it is the first automat restaurant in Toronto.
5-cent meals from a machine. Wonder if they're any good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There are no waiters, so no tips. You know, if you ask me, I don't know why anyone should get any for carrying around trays. I don't get tips for catching criminals.
Welcome to Con's Automat. Coins for your cash?
Yes, I bet this place is making good coin. You get it.
Thank you, sirs. 25 cents for you and you. Go right in.
Oh.
Wish my folks in Chatham could see this. Very efficient, very modern.
Not a waiter in sight. It's beautiful.
This place must be raking it in.
First time here, gentlemen. I'm the owner, Jay Khan.
Ah, pleased to meet you. Constable Henry Higgins Newsom.
Constable Teddy Roberts. This is an ingenious concept and clearly a hit.
Thank you, gentlemen. Served over 3,000 in the past 3 weeks.
That's phenomenal.
Must be nice. You don't even have to do that much. It's a money-making machine.
I know. It's a gold mine.
I wish I'd thought of it.
You could be a part of it.
What do you mean?
How would you two like to own one of these?
Us?
I'm looking to expand all over the city, and I'll need partners.
You want us to be your business partners?
Mr. Khan, we run out of pecans. The seller said something about an overdue invoice.
Ah, Chris, great job with the early morning baking. We actually bake our own fresh bread here.
That's impressive.
But what about that?
So, gentlemen, what do you say?
You know, I did bring some money when I came to Toronto.
I would score points with Ruthie if I strike gold.
Are you sure about this?
I know a thing or two about business. I'm married to Ruth Higgins Newsom, the most business-smart woman in all of Toronto.
Oh, I don't like it. That automat is a heartless place.
What are you talking about?
The place is booming.
Karl Marx said that machinery could undermine the dignity and value of human labor.
I think there's value in finding a cheap, quick meal.
Detective Llewellyn Watts?
Huh? Inspector Troy, you've been to the automat, haven't you?
I've been to one like it in Philadelphia years ago. I must say, I enjoy the convenience.
All right, see you two with me. Perhaps we can continue our conversation about the dignity of labor. Anything of note?
Well, one man reported the dead man saw an angel floating in the air just moments before he fell.
Well, this is our lucky day, gentlemen. The existence of heaven has been proven.
Jeez, Louise, what's an assistant crown attorney doing sitting around with a tabloid? I am taking a 5-minute break. Only failed journalists write for that, you know.
Well, then I suppose you don't want to hear about John Eaton's new paramour. Or these corrupt city councilors receiving mysterious lumps of cash.
No, these are just articles by failed journalists. Just let me finish. She was hatless in public.
Could he have had a heart attack?
Maybe, but he's a fit man, likely no more than 25. Hardly the typical victim of a heart attack.
Any trauma to the head or chest area?
No signs of impact. No swelling, bleeding, no redness, no discoloration.
A witness told Constable Roberts that Mr. Cranley said he saw a floating angel. It appears your faith has been rewarded, Detective.
Oh.
You find something?
Today's date. If he was on time, he was headed to an address on May Street. Let's see where that takes us.
Good day, Miss Hart.
Hello, miss?
Can I help you?
Yes, Detective Murdoch, Detective Watts of the Toronto Constabulary.
You have a meticulously kept garden. I covet your tiger lilies.
Thank you. If the sun never set, I'd spend all day in the garden.
Do you happen to know a Mr. Lyle Cranley?
Lyle and I are sweethearts. Is he in trouble?
I regret to inform you that Mr. Cranley is dead.
Dead? My Lyle? How?
That's what we're trying to determine. We need to ask you a few questions, Miss...
Ginny Fisher. Lyle and I were supposed to celebrate my birthday today. He was going to come by.
When?
This afternoon. He said he would prepare lunch himself, that I wouldn't have to lift a finger.
When did you see him last?
2 days ago. His schedule always changes, but he had that day off.
Did he show any signs of illness when you last saw him?
Not at all.
He was generally healthy?
Healthy enough to work as a carpenter most days and as a construction worker other days. Despite the odd jobs he worked hard.
He was eating this smashed piece of bread with mustard, and this appears to be the birthday lunch. These pastries are dirty from the street, but they look like the good stuff.
Box of chocolates. All 8 pieces still inside.
Some cheese and cold cuts and paper. Bread.
This appears to be a gift. Oh. From Dooley Jewelers. Hello, miss? Toronto Constabulary. We are investigating a case, and, well, has this man come into your shop recently?
He has indeed. He purchased a lady's barrette this morning.
Oh, what time was that at?
Around 9:30. I was just opening shop.
And how did he seem? What physical condition was he in, for example?
Oh, he was a robust young fellow. Was in a great mood, too. He said the barrette was for his lady. He wanted to show the girl how serious he was about her. And in my experience, that usually means that he thinks there are other men vying for her attention.
So he bought the barrette to win her over?
Well, that's why you buy women jewelry, isn't it, sir?
Do you know where he was headed to next?
No, I haven't a clue.
Right then. Thank you so much for your time. So, he was here at 9:30 a.m., seemingly healthy, and then fell down dead sometime before 10:30 when we received the call.
There are countless places that he could have visited between here and where he fell.
Day. Hello. That tabloid paper. It is against the law for a lady to read indecent material in public.
Oh. Thank you for the information.
Miss Iona Berger, Toronto Morality Officer.
Mrs. Effie Crabtree. I purchased this at the newsstand over there. It is not illegal.
It is immoral.
I am perfectly aware of the 1890 bylaw passed prohibiting indecency. However, this is not explicit content.
Eaton's new paramour, bribes at City Hall, love triangle in Rosedale. Can you really say such vulgar claims promote exemplary standards that befit a lady?
Ms. Berger, I assure
you... If you find enjoyment reading this material, please do so in the privacy of your home. This is a warning. Next time there will be a fine.
Fine. Thank you.
Lyle Cranley had cardiomegaly. An enlarged ventricle can be benign, or it can cause a heart condition, like an irregular heartbeat.
Could this condition have killed him?
Most people live long lives despite the condition, if managed well. He was healthy otherwise. You can tell he wasn't much of a smoker or a drinker. I doubt he required much treatment at all.
Perhaps the thought of winning over his lady made his heart skip a beat too many.
Got a great storefront free to rent, prime location.
A lot of foot traffic.
Imagine, gentlemen, Khan's Automat, the go-to lunch spot for all the office workers around here.
Seems fine to me. How do we get started?
Well, you'll need supplies. Luckily for you, gentlemen, I've got a strong relationship with a vending machine maker in Buffalo. I could get you a deal.
Okay, good. You see, this is exactly why we need you, Mr. Khan.
Please, call me Jay. Now, these machines are made to order. The space looks big enough for about 2. You'll order through me to have them shipped over. I'll need a check by tonight.
Hold on. Sounds like a big expense that we might need a few days to think it over.
These machines are dust and rust-proof. They'll last a lifetime.
That sounds fantastic, but I do have one caveat. We name the restaurant after us.
Whatever you wish.
Deal.
Fantastic. Let me show you the inside.
Right.
Higgins. Seems like a bit of a gamble, don't you think?
Come on, man knows what he's doing. Say we let him take charge. You and I, we'll just get to sit back, relax, and rake in the dough. Trust me.
All right.
You'll put your one vending machine here.
I'll have the Turkey Tuesday special. Where is everyone?
At that automat down the street. Damn place has taken my lunch and dinner crowds.
It's a fact. Nothing they make there can compare with your turkey pie.
I don't know about that. I already had to let my cook go last week, Detective Watts.
No.
Now I'm doing it all myself. I'll tell you, if business doesn't pick up, I'll have to close up shop. You know, all that food sitting in those machines for God knows how long, it's bound to go bad or teem with pests or both.
Is that a fact?
There was even an article about it in Jack Canuck.
Jack Canuck is a paper that thrives off of sensational claims.
Well, I've worked in restaurants for 26 years, and I don't trust that place to be hygienic.
Oh.
Excellent. Now that you've signed the contract, gentlemen, I can start to show you the ropes of the business.
Fantastic. Detective Watts, you changed your mind about the automat. This is Mr. Khan. We just signed the contract.
Soon we'll be so rich, we'll be shedding banknotes everywhere we go.
Right. I'm Detective Llewellyn Watts. There have been some questions about the cleanliness of this restaurant.
That's absurd. At Khan's Automat, our meals are made from scratch using the highest quality ingredients. Unsold food is discarded at the end of each night. Our meals are kept in refrigerated compartments of superior quality vending machines. Try our turkey dinner, or our customer favorite, the beef sandwich.
Shame. I already ate. Are you all right? It was bizarre how suddenly he fell dead.
I assume the man died shortly after consuming the beef sandwich. I'll have Miss Hart focus her attention on the contents of his stomach.
I found this in the man's wallet and a paycheck for Greg Hopping with his address.
Please, continue to enjoy your meal. In fact, everyone will receive a free coffee or tea for the inconvenience. Sirs, gentlemen.
I heard rumors that sanitation is not the automat's strong suit. In fact, I was here because I wanted to ask about it.
Let's have a look at the kitchen. Is it possible you didn't wash certain produce?
That's not possible.
You sound quite confident.
Produce is brought here when delivered. Each shift, the cook responsible for preparation washes, peels, and chops the produce right away. Everything's kept fresh and ready in this refrigeration system.
A series of steps in specific sequence. Like an assembly line, it must yield to excellent efficiency.
Meat and dairy are kept here. We use the scale to measure out only what we need. So nothing sits on the counter.
There's no room for error.
Breaking down a single task into a series of smaller ones for greater accuracy.
And reducing people to extensions of a machine. Do you find this to be an alienating place to work?
It suits me fine. I don't like most people, let alone customers.
I focus better when there's no need to rush cooking on order.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'll have constables collect samples of the ingredients. What?
Cufflink. Seems out of place.
Gentlemen, does this cufflink belong to either of you?
No, there's a strict policy against wearing accessories in the kitchen.
Perhaps an outsider made their way back here?
I can round up all the kitchen staff and ask. I spoke to all 8 cooks and busboys. They said that the kitchen is never left unattended. An outsider would not go unnoticed.
And the cufflink?
No one recognized it nor knew how it could have gotten into the kitchen.
Perhaps it's a member of the cooking staff that's been dismissed, and they left this behind.
Or could it be that the restaurant food had nothing to do with the cause of the man's death? After all, it was just the one man who died out of everyone who ate there.
Right.
Detective Murdoch? Go ahead, Miss Hart.
I conducted a detailed analysis of Lyle Cranley's stomach contents. I found what appears to be tiny black flecks among partially digested food. I think they're seeds of some sort.
Perhaps poppy seeds? Sesame?
No. Take a look at this photomicrograph. These seeds are flat and oblong in shape, 1 millimeter in length, and very lightweight. I've never seen them before.
How curious.
What's also interesting is Mr. Hopping had the same seeds in his stomach contents, and both men had similar food substances like starch and beef.
There was a half-eaten sandwich in the food debris found with Cranley.
Both men had automat sandwiches.
But the 2 men didn't show the same symptoms.
Well, each body reacts to the same triggers differently.
Miss Hart, what about the food samples we took from the kitchen?
Tests conducted on mice show all ingredients are safe to ingest.
So it wasn't from spoiled food then, but rather these seeds.
Someone is targeting customers. Anyone who eats there is in danger.
You can't do this.
I must take necessary precautions to ensure no more deaths occur at your place of business.
Can't you do something, gentlemen? We're supposed to be business partners.
Hey, sir. I was sick as a dog the other day when I ate here. Know anything about that?
Oh, I had a stomach ache so bad, I thought I was on my deathbed.
They are up in arms. Being assaulted by customers was not part of my path to riches.
So these 2 deaths are both linked to Mr. Khan's automat?
That would appear to be the case.
Anyone with coins could sabotage these meals if done discreetly.
Seeing the size of the crowds there, I find it hard to believe that someone could put seeds into dozens of sandwiches without ever being seen.
Fair point.
Something else I find puzzling. I just spoke with Mrs. Hopping, our second victim's wife, and she stated that her husband had a pre-existing heart condition called arrhythmia, also known as irregular heartbeat. Not unlike our first victim.
Mrs. Crabtree.
Oh, my God.
I'm glad you decided to put away the crude literature.
Surely you have better things to do than talk to me.
I'm on my way to do rounds at the dance halls and keep my eye on errant young women.
Oh? What exactly will you be looking for?
Young women accepting drinks from strangers, for one.
Well, don't let me keep you.
Oh. I already gave you a warning about that paper.
Which is why I had it hidden, Miss Berger. I don't see anyone in the immediate vicinity. Who exactly am I offending?
The law. You're being written up.
I am a Crown attorney.
Then you should know better.
Detective, please. I'd like to reopen my restaurant.
Mr. Khan, we cannot simply...
I've thrown out all the food in the kitchen. Even if there'd been any spoilage, it's all gone now. Now I can get you and your boys a free meal or 3, everything on the house. Just let me reopen.
I'm afraid your business will remain closed until the police investigation is complete.
Police investigation? I thought this was just a food safety inspection.
Mr. Khan, we now have proof that 2 people have died eating sandwiches from your restaurant. And there's enough evidence to suggest malicious intent.
Eddie Scott.
Pardon?
The owner of that second-rate diner down the street tried to sabotage my restaurant last week.
What do you mean, sabotage?
He came in and made a big show about finding rat droppings in his meatloaf. That is until 2 customers said they saw him sprinkle those droppings onto his own plate.
What happened next?
I threw him out.
I spoke to Mr. Scott yesterday. He blamed the automat for taking his customers.
I told you.
In fact, Mr. Scott was the only one who told me that the automat is unsanitary.
Oh. It appears you found, what is that they call it? A smoking pistol.
Mr. Scott, a word, please.
Please tell me you're here to order something for takeaway. As you can see, every table is full, as it should be.
Are you aware that Mr. Khan's automat up the street has been shut down?
I am. Serves him right. I told you, Detective, that place is unsafe.
Mr. Scott, last week you put rat droppings in a meal at the automat.
Says who?
Do you deny it?
No.
So you knowingly told a police detective that the automat was unsanitary? Mr. Scott, did you or did you not poison the sandwiches at the automat?
Listen, I did pull that trick. It was stupid. But I only put the droppings on my own plate, and I would have stopped anyone who tried to eat it. I had nothing to do with any poison.
I recall you said you laid off your cook?
Yes. Fred Albert's his name. Actually, when I laid him off, he swore and cursed at the automat. Said he'd burn the place down.
Oh, so now you're pointing the blame at an employee you fired.
I am just telling you what he said.
Mr. Albert, I understand you were dismissed from Scott's Diner approximately 3 weeks ago.
It's hotter in the kitchen in here. Oh.
Mr. Albert, your attention, please.
Yeah, I was dismissed. Even though it was my cooking that made the place. I saw you in there almost every day.
Mm-hmm. I have a report that you threatened to burn the automat to the ground.
It's only bottle talk, nothing more. I mean, I've never even been in the damn place. Recently, I had to borrow money from my own daughter. Do you know what that does to a father's heart?
Here.
Oh.
Do you wear matching cufflinks?
Not today.
Mm-hmm. You say you've never been to the automat, yet your tie pin matches this cufflink we found in its kitchen.
I told you I wouldn't be caught dead in that place.
But you do recognize the cufflink, correct?
Yeah.
When was the last time you wore the cufflinks?
Not sure. Last day at the diner, or maybe I lost it. I can't remember.
Perhaps a stay in our cells will help to refresh your memory.
He's in a state. I don't think he did it.
Perhaps he's in a state because he killed 2 people without intending to.
This is what machines do to a man.
Watts, be serious. Machines allow for sequential workflow, standardization, and increased sales. There's nothing inherently inhumane about that.
If we do entertain the possibility that Mr. Albert lost his cufflink at the diner, anyone could have picked it up.
So Mr. Scott could have recognized it and planted it at the automat in order to frame Mr. Albert.
You think Eddie Scott's a killer?
He's tried to sabotage the automat once before.
Mr. Khan, you have to cancel our contract.
Sorry, gentlemen, but the contract is binding. You made a deal. Live with it.
We didn't know we were buying into a sinking ship.
And it'll float again. And I've already used your money to order the 2 new machines. I can't get that back.
Our money is gone.
I think we may have bet on the wrong horse.
Never seen that before in my life.
It belonged to your cook.
Is that so?
And it was found in Mr. Khan's establishment.
Well, nothing to do with me then. Anything else?
Not at this time.
Good. As you can see, I've got hungry mouths to feed.
And when will the automat reopen?
Once our investigation is complete.
Investigation, so the rumors are true.
What rumors?
People are saying the place was sabotaged.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Ah, Inspector Troy. A word?
Of course. If you'll excuse me, Miss Cherry.
Louise? Effie?
You hired her?
I did. We are one of the few cities without a female police officer. I felt the change was in order.
Right. Well, she just fined me $2 for reading a copy of Jack Canuck in a secluded area of a park.
Unfortunately, it is a law that's on the books.
But this all seems a bit backwards, doesn't it? This city hires a woman lawyer as the assistant crown attorney, then you hire a female police officer only to police what women can read in public by naming obscure bylaws.
Fair. But one could easily argue that an assistant crown attorney seen reading coarse material is inappropriate. I'll go talk with her.
Thank you.
Inspector.
Miss Berger, thank you for spotting the tabloid, but Mrs. Crabtree's fine will be waived as I hold the discretion to do so.
And why's that?
You are aware that Mrs. Crabtree is the assistant crown attorney?
Does that matter? Did you not hire me to carry out the duties of a morality officer? Or should I be selective in who I write up?
That's all right, Inspector. I'll pay this at the booking desk. Good day.
Inspector, I know all too well that a household without rules self-destructs. I believe the same goes for society. These laws protect us.
Miss Berger, a keeper of the law must often pick and choose their battles. At this rate, you'll find half of Toronto for minute misdeeds.
If that's the case, the city coffers will be full and you can build more jail cells.
Thank you.
You know, this is your fault.
How so?
You came up with the idea to invest in that place. When Ruth finds out I spent our money...
Maybe it'll open again.
2 people died eating the food there. It's not going to open again.
Well, don't blame me.
Well, I am blaming you.
Constables, is there a problem?
No, sir.
Then what are you 2 arguing about?
Roberts and I bought into a new automat, sir. Given everything that's happened, we've lost a lot of money.
You paid Khan before the place was even built?
Well, he had to buy equipment.
With your money?
Pretty sure he cashed the check the second he got it.
Roberts, Higgins, I have a feeling that Mr. Khan is not being transparent about your deal.
What do you mean? He said he was raking in money.
Yes, but he cashed your check almost immediately, which tells me he is seeking short-term funds. Henry, request his bank records, see if he has any insurance policies, anything you can find. Detective Watts and I will have a chat with Mr. Khan. And, shake hands. You both made a mistake. If Mr. Khan had debt, perhaps one of his creditors could have done this.
Wouldn't have done much to get their money back.
No, but it would have gone a long way to warning the next person who decides to default on their loan. Mr. Khan.
Detective Murdoch, would you like a sandwich? Oh, that's right. I can't serve you.
We have a few questions for you.
Well, we'll open this place up again. I'd be happy to answer them.
I imagine opening an establishment like this comes at a considerable cost.
Well, these machines are of the highest quality. They don't come cheap.
Are you carrying any debt?
Well, of course. Every entrepreneur carries debt.
Any you haven't been able to pay?
You think one of my creditors did this?
Just exploring possibilities.
What's in here?
All the coins that the customers use are collected here. The coin tossers collect them, so we always have a constant supply.
So, the cooks and busboys aren't the only ones in the kitchen?
Would you please excuse us, Mr. Khan? I fear the pool of suspects in this case just keeps growing. Could you look in on Miss Hart to see if she's gotten anywhere with those seeds?
Don't misunderstand. I'm not against other things that morality officers do, like help mistreated wives or track down husbands who've abandoned their families. But I think that women should have access to new ideas.
I think I can help you.
How?
She did say one law for all. Am I right?
Mrs. Crabtree, do you know if the police are intending to charge Mr. Albert?
I do not.
I hope they get off the pot. I could really use my cook. Run ragged.
If you want to change the law, sometimes you have to break it.
Hello. You're that coin tosser, aren't you?
Yes.
What are you doing here?
My father's in your cells. I wish to speak to him. He didn't do anything wrong. And now that I've lost my job since you closed down the automat.
Pardon me. You're Fred Albert's daughter?
I am.
And you work at the automat?
I did.
Please come with me. I have a few questions for you. You recognize this?
Yes, where'd you find that?
In the kitchen of the automat.
Well, I'll take it back.
How did it get there?
I don't know.
Michelle, what are you doing here?
Mr. Albert, please, have a seat. Your daughter and I were just trying to determine how your cufflink ended up in the kitchen of the automat, and we thought perhaps you could help us.
I told you, I haven't been in that damn kitchen in my life.
And yet, this is evidence that you were.
No, he wasn't. I was.
You?
I worked there.
You what? That place cost me my job. I can't believe you do such a thing.
We were broke. You were lying around the house doing nothing. This was the first job offered. I took the cufflinks to pawn them. That one must have fallen out of my pocket. Neither me nor my father had anything to do with poisoning the customers. We're just trying to make our way in the world.
He was doing good business.
Yes, until he killed someone. Still, sales weren't covering his loan payments. He was just paying off interest.
Any suspicious lenders who may have wanted to teach him a lesson?
All banks so far, no sharks. But this latest transaction is interesting. A payment made just yesterday to Steinbach Automat.
Strange. It's only $100.
Only? How many machines were you buying?
2. He told us 2 machines cost $200.
Those machines should be no more than 50 apiece.
The machines only cost 100? He took the other 100 off us.
Likely to try to finance his debt. I'd say the two of you could get out of your contract. Go. Detective, we may be looking at it in the wrong direction. Perhaps these deaths are not a result of someone trying to drive Mr. Khan out of business.
Both of these victims were men above reproach. Their deaths do seem unintentional.
You could be wrong. Take a look at this.
Right here. Foxglove seeds. Ingesting a small amount can cause symptoms like severe vomiting for most people, but it could be far more dangerous or even lethal for those with arrhythmia.
Anything else?
Foxglove poisoning can cause visual disturbances and hallucinations.
Which would explain why Mr. Cranley reported seeing angels.
And with that, the existence of God remains unproven.
A visit to our first victim's fiance might be in order.
Miss Jenny Fisher, the gardener, right?
Detectives, have you found anything?
We have. The murder weapon.
Murder weapon? The constable said that he died from food poisoning.
Well, he died of poison, all right, but I think you are very aware of that.
Well, you think that I killed Lyle? That's ridiculous. I loved him.
Until you had a change of heart. And then you poisoned him with the seeds of the foxglove plant. Grown right here in your own garden.
I don't know anything about that. Poison.
Gardener as able as you would be familiar with the various properties of plants.
I don't know anything about flowers or plants. A neighbor of mine does everything. I'm not even allowed to water them.
Is that right? Where might he be?
I'll show you.
Sorry, gentlemen, but a deal is a deal and a contract is a contract.
Not if it's crooked.
You take that back. I am an honest.
You are far from that.
Prove it.
You took $200 from us for machines that only cost $100.
There are shipping charges, expenses.
Loans to pay off.
With our money.
We have the paperwork, Jay. I could charge you with fraud and misrepresentation.
Could.
Dissolve our contracts, and you're coming down to the station with us.
And give us our money back. We're not leaving until we have our checks.
Fine. I'll go get your checks. But I'm telling you, you guys are making a huge mistake.
There'll be 500 of them, available free of charge to any woman who wants them. Louise, I'm not sure I should go up against the police. You're not going up against the police. You're doing the right thing.
Mr. Scott.
We are quite busy at the moment.
We're not here to eat, Mr. Scott. I understand you have a new cook.
I do.
We'd like a word with him, please.
Chris, could you come out here for a moment?
What is going on here?
What's this about?
You killed Lyle!
Mr. Yemet, I'd like you to come down to the station house.
No.
Henry, Roberts, stop that man!
Well done, gentlemen.
Jenny once told me about his arrhythmia. She and Lyle didn't think much of it.
But you knew that foxgloves could be lethal to someone with that condition.
The seeds look a bit like black pepper. I sprinkled just enough on the beef sandwiches to make people very ill. It would appear to be a mass food poisoning.
You thought you could get away with this.
I noticed he came in for a beef sandwich every day. Then rumors started about the automat being unsanitary. I could cover my tracks.
But you killed another man. Could have killed more.
I didn't think arrhythmia was all that common.
an extremely risky assumption.
Ginny was too good for that idiot Cranley. I couldn't let her marry him. I had loved her for years. She deserves more.
People of Toronto, thank you for standing by me in my business. The police have confirmed that recent events are due to one single criminal incident. Now that they've caught the culprit, I am happy to say that we are back in business and ready to serve.
This is the longest line I've ever seen.
Stop saying that. Why are people happy to be eating here now?
Seems like convenience and novelty are here to stay. You know, I think I've come out of this a wiser businessman.
Roberts, we were supposed to be making a tidy profit from all this.
Would you prefer to have been swindled?
Think of it as just a startup cost. I'm gonna see about getting back in. Mr. Khan! Jay!
What do you want?
I may have been a little bit hasty earlier.
Hasty? You threatened me with jail.
No, that was just, I want back in.
Sorry, that ship has sailed. I've got a new business partner, and he's willing to pay more than you will for the privilege of becoming very, very rich.
Mr. Khan, don't be unreasonable here.
No risk, no reward, Constable. And the next time you'd like a meal, go to the diner.
Your food is terrible.
This is the modern age. It doesn't matter.
Mrs. Crabtree. I'm writing you another fine.
Well, that's your prerogative. But I hope you have a lot of tickets in that book.
One battle doesn't win the war, Mrs. Crabtree.
Tell the difference.
We've completely lost the true spirit of Christmas.
Here, ring the bell. Maybe that'll help you find the spirit.
Sir, is it supposed to sound like an awful racket?
They're tuning their instruments, Higgins.
Hey, you got a light? Should an elf be smoking? Not my problem. Much obliged.
A little whiskey to warm my soul.
Indulgence is what Christmas is all about, sir.
Not when you're on the job.
Everyone, the parade is about to be positions.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, the Christmas parade has been canceled for today. Please return to your homes.
You seem flippin'.
Right. What? Is there something? There is some. It's money. And there's a handkerchief. Perhaps the killer thought he was no good.
No, this is one Clarence Barnes. Yeah.
He's a landlord, and not the good sort. We've had several complaints about the state of his properties.
Working on this for months. How could this have happened?
Yes, you're the event organizer.
Mr. Wes Taliford. You need to find...
Parade. Wes, a man has been murdered.
Sir, do you have an idea who might have done this?
Gilfudger.
From Simpson's department store.
That's the one. Those two have had a dreadful back and forth for years now.
You think he would resort to murder?
He surely would.
The body was found on your sleigh. Other than yourself, did anyone else?
The elves, reindeer, Mr. Tallyford, on that road.
So did you notice anyone lurking around today?
There have been people milling around all day.
I didn't see anyone getting onto the sleigh until Santa.
The sleigh.
The sack was already there when we arrived this morning.
So the body was likely put into the sack last night or early this morning.
Did you see it?
Your silly little hat looks out of place. It's not very festive, is it?
So what time was it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, what time?
Now, what time was it you got here this morning?
There was an incident this morning at the Christmas parade.
Yes, I heard. Right.
Yes, I understand the two of you have quite the rivalry.
Well, I wouldn't call it that. He is stealing my customers for years with lies and false advertising.
Did you know Clarence Barnes? He was found...
Santa's sleigh? His so-called Santa wears a fake beard. Our Santa has a real beard. Gleeden would say it was me. He takes any opportunity to besmirch my name. Oh, his obsession, almost flattering. Of course I didn't do it. Look at me. I am a dignified man. I would never matters.
Where were you last night?
Oh, if you must know, last night I was having a dally.
With?
A lady friend.
Who?
It's quite the scandal, really.
Mr. Fudger, I am this close to tossing you in our cells.
Miss Margaret Winward.
Of Winward's department store in Vancouver? We'll have to confirm with her then. All right, Mr. Fudger, you may go for now. I'll contact you if I have any further questions.
You should bring your family down to our Santa's grotto. You won't be disappointed.
Everyone, gather round, gather round. I've decided that this year we're going to do a secret gift exchange. Everyone pulls a name out, and then you buy that person a gift costing no more than $3.
Sir, brilliant. Clandestine gift giving. We could call it Santa or a secret. Santa's Secret of Santa.
Catchy.
$3. That's exorbitant.
Don't be such a bloody cheapskate, Murdoch.
On the other hand, $3 might not...
Effie, transform the place. Alto.
You know what that means, George.
I do indeed.
Effie?
Mother!
I'm done with that man.
Have you had another fight with Father?
I never want to see him.
Detective, you wanted to talk to me? I take covered the funds.
What exactly are you talking about?
The robbery? It's $1,000. And Mr. Barnes is sure to blame me.
I regret to inform you that Mr. Barnes is...
It seems Christmas has come early.
I take it the two of you working relationship.
Mr. Barnes did not have a pleasant relationship with anyone, working or otherwise.
We have heard some...
Mr. Barnes, God rest his soul, was not a good man. Lawsuits, evictions, enemies galore.
Was he working on most recently?
He had a nasty argument with a woman from St. Nicholas Orphanage down in the ward.
Their dispute?
He was in the process of evicting them. Those children were due to be out on their ears by December 24th. Just...
Miss Hart.
Inspector, what can I do for you?
I drew was.
Didn't you say yourself that revealing the identity of your gift recipient flies in the face of the spirit of Christmas?
I don't give two hoots about that.
Well, something nice, I suppose.
But what if it's too nice? Why are you laughing? I'm quite a good-looking fella.
Sir, just because a bumble on every blossom.
Why are we talking about flowers? Have I missed something?
Everyone here seems to be having quite a Merry Christmas.
We can have Christmas now. Santa read my letter.
Oh, it certainly is a miracle.
Miss?
I run the orphanage.
Detective William Murdoch and Detective Watts of the Toronto Constabulary. We've learned from Mr. Barnes' office that this orphanage was on the verge to get the money for all of this.
I found $1,000 on my doorstep this morning, but I've already sent my employee, Miss Sarah Jenkins, down to pay.
$1,000, that's the exact amount that was stolen from Mr. Barnes' office.
Did you steal the money and kill Mr. Barnes?
What? Heavens, no. I did not even know he was dead. The money appeared with a red bow wrapped around it.
Where were you last night?
I have been stuck here for the past 2 days with all the children packing for him. I did nothing wrong.
Thank you, Miss Joy. We need to find out if that debt...
Go to Mr. Barnes' office and see what I can find.
Effie's mother has properly set up shop now. I'm afraid there's no turning back.
Sooner rather than later. Every time Ruthie's mother shows up, they always leave me as the third wheel.
Well, I've tried to convince her she should return to her husband. She'll be together, right?
Do you think it worked?
She may have listened a little bit.
$1,000 was stolen from Mr. Barnes' office, and then the same amount was delivered to the doorstep of Velma Joy.
Well, that's so impersonal.
I'm sorry, sir?
My gift for Watts. Murdoch, have you not...
Watts Jewish?
Not in practice.
Still, I don't think he celebrates Christmas.
You still have to get him a gift.
Mrs. Potts, Barnes's receptionist claims that no one has been by to pay off the orphanage's debt today.
So Miss Joy was lying.
Perhaps not. Of the woman with whom Mr. Barnes had his argument. Mrs. Potts said she was a young woman with dark hair. This was just a... But then I realized that description fits Miss Joy's employee, Sarah Jenkins.
So
that would be my guess.
Then we'll need to speak with her.
Feel free.
But Detective Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary. Right, thank you.
You two go ahead. I'll find this Miss Jenkins.
What?
Sir, in here.
Good Lord. Mr. Flatius Grimes.
Ledger was on the desk. It appears to contain a list of his debtors.
Both of his kneecaps have been broken. I've heard that that's what men in his line of work do.
Oh. Miss Sarah Jenkins. It seems she was also in hock to Mr. Grimes.
Quite the
All right, Henry, let's get the body down to the morgue.
Yes, sir.
Apparently, Mr. Grimes' brand new automobile has been flashy red number.
Another theft, just like the first victim. And the only person that seems to be connected to both of them.
George Crabtree!
What did I do?
It is completely unacceptable to threaten to throw my mother out of our house.
I did no such thing.
Well, Mother says you did.
And who are you going to believe, me or Deirdre? Effie, all I did was encourage her to make up with your father. I said that the holidays were no time to hold a grudge.
Mother's arrival has...
It's our first Christmas in our new home. We should be spending it together, alone.
She is my mother.
Miss Jenkins, we've now connected you to both victims.
You got into an altercation with... and you're in debt to Mr. Grimes.
The orphanage is my home. They took me in when I had nowhere else to go.
Gave you to pay the orphanage debt.
I didn't steal it. I was on my way to pay it off when I heard of Mr. Barnes. So I was taking it to Mr. Grimes instead.
But then you killed him.
No, of course not. When I got there, there were police everywhere.
Do you have an alibi for your whereabouts last night?
I was on a nighttime stroll. I'm not an easy sleeper. No. But I swear on my life that I did neither of those men any harm.
I'm sorry, I'm under arrest.
Mr. Grimes was killed with a swift blow to the back of the head with a blunt object. Well, the wounds are quite similar.
Likely the same killer. There's things that life has to offer.
This is an odd term.
Like for Christmas.
I'm sure Julia would do well with a nice bottle of sherry.
Yes, she certainly loves her libations, sir.
Any other suggestions?
I really couldn't say. I'm not much interested in Christmas at all. Peace and quiet is the only gift I'm seeking. I found something.
Is that a handkerchief?
There's a note. Naughty.
It seems someone has taken Santa's Christmas list to heart and punished the naughties.
God, I'm next.
Next what?
I think I am going to be the next.
You're ridiculous.
Well, he is after the naughtiness. You and your liver pie know I have done some very bad things.
You're the one who ate my liver pie last week.
Please, George.
You're busy.
I forgot to make this right.
Sir,
George? What's the matter?
when a guest who you didn't invite in the first place refuses to leave your home when you're trying to have a romantic Christmas holiday with your new wife.
I suppose you try to enjoy the holiday with said guest.
I have a rather large house.
I found the automobile, Detective.
Does it belong to Sarah Jenkins?
No. For a short while.
Pardon me, young man. Did your parents purchase this car?
No, so that we could see our father for Christmas.
You wouldn't have seen him otherwise?
Well, he works in Perry Sound, and Mother said he wouldn't make it back this Christmas. We can go to him.
And when did Santa drop this car off?
It wasn't there in the morning, but it appeared.
Miss Jenkins was already in our cells. I'm releasing you for the time being, but don't go far.
Good day, Detective.
Oh, hello.
Well, I thought since the parade was canceled, we might take Susanna to see Santa.
Decline.
I respectfully decline your decline.
Julia, what does Santa Claus have?
Just get your coat, will you?
Here, it's a Christmas gift for Suzanne.
Oh, well, how thoughtful of you, thank
Do love children.
Shall we?
Day late, $1 short, I'd say, Higgins.
Oh, shut up, George. I mean,
Apparently, this is the only place in the city where children can leave their letters to Santa. Isn't that adorable?
To take a photograph with Santa, it's preposterous.
Reach down deep within and find your Christmas spirit.
Long extinguished. Christmas is becoming nothing but a cheap facade. And Santa Claus, a con man that takes money but disappointment.
Here you are, sir.
What's all this about, Higgins? Why are you bringing me milk?
It's posset.
Posset?
A lot of rum in it.
Oh. Say no more.
It's good. It's very good.
What have you done this time?
What do you mean? I'm just being nice, sir.
Not going on.
Just spreading some Christmas cheer.
Something's wrong, Misty.
Did you find a dress for the concert tonight?
No, I'm afraid we'll have to miss it. I went to the box office and they
bought us 2 tickets.
2. We need 3, one for Mother.
I still don't see the issue.
George, we can't leave her at home alone in such a fragile state. Absolutely not. We're missing the choir, and that's that.
Thank you for the car, Santa.
Welcome, son. I'm glad that I could help.
For me, Detective Murdoch?
Yes.
When you wrote your letter to Santa about the car, did you put it in that mailbox?
Christmas wishes, and then they come true.
Thank you.
William, what is going on?
Julia, I believe.
What? William.
Pardon me, Mr. Nicholas. Detective Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary.
Hello, son. Well, now, what do you want for Christmas?
I will force you up.
How about a shiny new bat?
All right, that's it.
Hey!
Wait, no,
Don't look. What are you doing with Santa?
Just need to ask him a question.
You can't put him in Christmas.
All right, you're coming with me.
But I don't...
Move it.
Well, no Santa for us.
You are very definitely on the naughty list. Those children are... And you destroyed Christmas for those youngsters.
You admitted to delivering that car to that lad's home, one that had been stolen from a murdered man.
A murder?
What about the orphanage?
What orphanage?
Don't play games with me. The children of St. Nicholas are from being evicted. Then they receive a large sum of money.
I had nothing to do with that. Look, 11 months Picton County, 1 month a year, I play Santa Claus. If I had the money to buy roadsters and save orphanages, do you think I'd be doing what I'm... Truth be told, I don't even read the damn letters.
Do it.
What?
Nothing.
I'm a man with a job, one I work hard at every day. Ask anyone. Now, will you let me go?
Worse.
I didn't kill anyone.
Ebenezer, Santa's still in the cells?
He remains the most viable suspect.
And what about the children waiting for him?
I'm sure the one.
What do you think about wristwatches?
Why?
I'm thinking of getting Watts one. I hear they're all the rage. But I wonder...
Wonder what?
Jewelry.
Oh. Well, I suppose.
If one wears an adornment.
Yes, but it remains a suitable gift. Although these are much more than $3.
Oh, my very own Ebenezer Scrooge.
You've been speaking with the inspector?
No, but if the shoe fits. I just put her down.
I'll kiss her goodnight.
Did you bring her a lump of coal?
Oh, witticisms about...
Dear Santa Claus, do the misdeeds of my parents affect my position on the nice list? I myself have been a picture, and I hope to see the rewards of that with the band award. With sincerity, William Murdoch.
Is Messiah live and in person?
Yes. Well, there's always next year, George.
Gingerbread. Get it while it's...
Gives me terrible indigestion.
Well, more for me and Effie, darling.
Mother, you know I don't like gingerbread.
Well, your father loves... I'll just throw it away.
Would have killed you to try one.
Well, yes, it might have. It gives me terrible indigestion.
You said, George.
Severe indigestion, Effie.
Sir?
Thank you, Henry.
What are you up to?
2 deaths so far have been linked to these letters. I'm looking for the next possible. Well, certainly. Thank you, Henry.
My pleasure.
Look for any mention of naughty.
Yes. You know, sir, this Christmas has rattled my nerves. One wonders what the...
I couldn't agree more.
It's shame.
Where's your mother? You take her out shopping. That'll cheer her up.
George, what would cheer her up is my father coming to get her.
Then ask him to.
He would never. He's very proud.
Come with me. Come on.
You sure this is a good idea? What do you want me to do? Root around?
Yes, root around. You're discovering the wonders of a new planet.
Well, how do you propose I do that?
Oh, just root around. There we go. Excellent. This will get your phone.
Most of the letters were unopened, sir, except for these.
This one. Father doesn't make enough money to buy her what she wants. And this one, he's asking for an automobile. They should learn that the important things in life don't cost a thing.
I suspect that's a lesson lost on most of us, sir. And Ruth, and it's never enough. I swear, sometimes it's... Heck, it's Christmas. Hang on, sir. Have a look at this one. It's a letter from the orphanage.
Oh, yes. That's from little Tina, asking Santa here.
It seems Santa granted her wish.
He certainly did that. Anything you'd like to say?
Seen this before.
It was opened.
And as I told you, I don't read the letters.
Well, then who does?
I mean, how do children get what they want if you don't? Of course, you're not real.
Can I leave now?
When this matter is resolved.
Can I get...
You have anything stronger?
I'll see what I can do.
I must confess, this season never gives me much joy.
You're a Scrooge. Charles Dickens. A Christmas Carol?
You read Charles Dickens?
What's wrong with Charles Dickens?
Oh, well, I've never been... Combined with Christmas themes is just too much.
Well, I share the same feelings. I've never been one for the holiday, especially as a child. My father was always running one scheme or another during Christmas. It usually ended up in us being on the run before the day even came.
Miss what you never had.
Well, all it is for me is another day, complicated by the fact that you have to buy someone a gift. And if you don't buy the right thing...
Don't worry, Miss Hart. I don't want for much.
I'm not buying for you, Llewellyn. But I do know who is.
So tell.
Well, help! Anyone, help! There's something going on over at Gleaton's.
I was just closing up for the evening and I saw this.
Detective Llewellyn Watts of the Toronto Constabulary. Are you... Right. Oh, thank you.
Let me guess. Naughty?
Mother, really?
What's she doing?
Leaving.
Well, she can't do that. Father might be on the way. Mrs. Newsom, please, you can't leave.
Well, where are you even going?
My sisters. I'm not wanted.
How can you say that? I want you here. Please, Deirdre, I want you to stay. I want you to be...
Yes, that's right.
What could be more important than being with family at Christmas?
Did you just say that? A family Christmas? When Perry isn't here?
Please, ever think before you speak. Mother. No. Mother. No. He didn't mean that.
Oh, for the love of St. Steve.
You. I didn't see.
He hit me from behind.
What can you tell me about this?
Jammed it into my mouth.
Who is Amanda Blake?
She's a student of...
We received this, Mr. Lark. Please, Santa, I have been ensnared within the clutches of a horrible Lark. He takes pleasure in being horrible and making children cry. Most recently, he has right before Christmas. And I am anguished.
Huh.
This is funny.
Amanda has produced in some time.
Why does she call you a monster?
I admit, shit, but I am certainly not a monster.
Then why would she write this?
I repeatedly told her that she could not bring her toys to school and brought in this terribly annoying spinning top. So, I confiscated it.
That's certainly not actions punishable by death or...
Have a Merry Christmas, Murdoch.
Oh, you as well, sir.
Off home?
Not quite yet. I'm going to stop by the Blake residence. The killer tends to reward the nice. Perhaps I can catch him in the act. Be there on the day.
I'll go with you, sir.
Oh, no, thank you, Henry. It's Christmas Eve.
Crime doesn't take a break for holidays.
With you, Higgins.
Nothing.
Ever since this Christmas killer came out, you've been acting like a decent person. Something tells me that somebody thinks that...
Doing my job, sir.
It might be too late to make amends.
I'm coming. 2 months before Christmas, Ruthie provides me with a list of objects she desires. It's my job to find them. Last year, I had to write to Paris, France, for a scarf, if you can imagine.
Who presumably has everything, need a gift.
Well, everyone likes surprises, sir.
Well, it's hardly a surprise if it's...
Well, everyone likes a present.
Not everyone gets a gift.
Look, sir.
Is that a space? You there! Elf! Toronto Constabulary! Stop!
Help! Help! This man is under arrest. Go about your business.
Very good, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I'll get it. Mr. Newsom, come in. You got the pictures.
What pictures?
The pictures of the aliens.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you want?
I want you to come home.
Why?
Because you're my wife and because I love you.
Are you sorry?
Of course I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. Now you two enjoy your first Christmas alone, and I'll...
Now, what was this you said about aliens?
Harry.
See what I see.
Could you clarify that?
I see greed. I see evil. Now then you know, greed and evil are always rewarded.
Well, that's not always true.
If that's the case, it's because of men like you and I.
Are nothing alike.
You arrested Santa Claus.
Because I believed him to be a criminal.
Santa's no criminal. He rewards the...
And he wasn't doing his job. So you took it upon yourself.
Well, I'm Santa's little helper, yes.
Well, on Christmas Eve.
So gracious. Thought you'd want to have Christmas alone.
Oh, we had Christmas alone many times.
Yes, it's quite striking, Inspector. Thank you.
$3? What about the rules?
Sir?
You're such a stickler for rules.
You had...
Oh. You open it.
Rather extravagant, don't you think?
Don't.
Oh, jewelry. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's not bloody jewelry. It's a practical timepiece, nothing more.
Ornament, some form of jewelry?
No. No, definitely not.
George, what is this?
Sir, various settings, it will cook your bread to perfection on both sides.
Oh, that's ingenious.
And here you are, sir.
Oh, you didn't have to get everyone a gift, Higgins. Besides, the killer's already been caught.
It's too late to return them.
Much appreciated.
A scalpel. Your husband's an infinitely practical man.
I should have a bullet extractor.
You never know.
Oh, William, this one's for you.
Oh, are you sure? Thank you, Denise.
I believe this one is from Santa.
Santa? It's a Vandalore. I've always wanted one of these.
I think Santa might have finally got your letter.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Better than that silly Christmas concert, can't we, George?
Yes, indeed we can.
God.
Gentlemen, let nothing ye dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas. Save us all from Satan's power, wayward and astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Tidings of comfort and
You wrote.
Oh, one of my few talents. Cool millionaire is a joy to ride.
He's beautiful.
Gentleman from the Carmichaels. Can't even afford a trainer or a jockey.
He's a racehorse.
Indeed, and a good one. I wanted to run him in the qualifier.
Violet Hart. How nice to see you.
Mr. Carmichael. Julia Ogden. This is Emmett Carmichael.
Sure. Terribly sorry about all that legal business. Family matters, you know how these things are.
Of course.
They really do, didn't they? Father's a bastard, so is mother. Are you able to afford the stable fees here? The burden. Happy to take your animal off your hands.
Thank you for your offer, but he's my horse.
Surely. Ladies?
I'm just glad to be free from the lot of them.
What was that? Dear God, what's happening?
He's dead. Just came in and found him like this. Must be colic.
Colic?
Sometimes you don't see it coming. Mrs. Marsh will be heartbroken.
I don't think he passed the neck. I believe he was murdered.
Well, see if you can find more fuel somewhere. Sir, do we really both...
This wasn't just any horse, Murdoch. This was Baccarat. He was the favourite to win the National.
Oh, yes, the qualifiers are this time of year.
That's owners won it 3 years running with a bay called Thunderbolt. This year, they bought a ringer. Baccarat won the Missouri Stakes.
I had this racing. But still, sir, why both of us?
The horse was worth $20,000.
That's more than my house.
Plus, I myself am a victim. I had $20 on the bugger. Ah, Baccarat.
This horse with a broken neck.
Not a clue how it could have happened. They just put in the electricity. It goes.
You are?
Chappie Farnsworth. I'm the farrier who cares for this animal. Cared for.
So you found him then?
Found him like this. I left him in his stall at 9 o'clock last night.
So he died during that window of time.
I know about horses.
As do I. I could perform a post-mortem.
Strictly speaking, this is a case of malicious mischief. The victim here, owner.
I beg to differ, Murdoch. I believe the victim is the bloody horse. Look at him.
Yes, well, the animal will need to be examined by crime, and as such, I will be collecting his remains.
I'll have him taken to the morgue.
Miss Hart, you are a case. I don't believe you should conduct the post-mortem.
As you wish.
Mr. Farnsworth?
Suppose you doubt what happened, Detective.
What exactly are you planning to do with a £1,000 piece of evidence? It definitely won't fit in your office.
A murder case, but we still need to establish motive, time of death.
Well, he would fit through the doors of the morgue with Miss Hart.
Yeah, let's drag him back then.
Right. We will obtain finger marks from the stall. Question anyone who may have accessed these stables in the past 24 hours. But first, your help may be needed.
Sir? This is Mr. Bruce Marshall and Miss...
My wife is the owner. The stable's a Scarlet's bailiwick.
I can't believe it. It's too terrible.
Do you have any idea who could have done it?
It was one of the other owners.
None of them would kill an innocent horse, Bruce.
It's the national qualifiers, dear, and you win every year. It's a single one of the scoundrels.
Who are these other owners?
Why don't you speak to our trainer, Mr. West? He knows all the horses, all the owners.
Oh, God. How could this have happened?
My wife is in a state. We'll be at our home if we need anything else.
That's right. I've been working with him for months.
When were you last with him?
Yesterday, put him in a stall, fed him around.
Unwell?
No, sir. Had great pace around the track, real healthy appetite. Poor old boy.
We need to have horses in this race.
Surely, but you'll only need one. I mean, everyone knows who did this.
Oh? Who's that?
Past 2 years. Emmett Carmichael.
Ma'am?
Do I recognize you from somewhere?
I don't believe Joey Witherspoon.
Witherspoon? Of course. You're famous.
Hardly.
Well, you won the...
That was some time ago.
You were the best jockey in the world at a time. What on earth are you doing here?
Things have been changing and it's not welcome anymore. Not the right type.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I got off easy. Fired, run out of town. The stuffing beat out of them or worse. Fell off their horses mid-race.
They'd be trampled.
I had a friend nearly die.
Oh, I know what that's like. Well, at least you've landed on your feet. Will you be riding Diamond Duke?
Mr. Carmichael, he hired me on as a trainer, but he don't want a black jockey riding for him.
But you're Joey Witherspoon. You should be racing.
This is what I do now. Hey, anyhow, don't be letting go of that horse. I see special in him.
I was at Le Chateau Car. You can ask anyone who was working there last night.
You own the restaurant?
Well, I do now. I inherited it from my late cousin.
A bit. My condolences. And after 2 a.m.?
Went home. Tried to make myself a devil. My valet was woken by the racket. He could vouch for me.
Your competitors, you are the most likely to resort to foul play in order to win this race.
Well, they are mistaking my character. I want to win more than anything, that is true. But there is one thing I want more, and that is to win.
Is it Murdoch? I've collected alibis from all of the rival horse owners, their jockeys, trainers, stable hands, and anyone else who may...
And you've compared them to the marks you found?
Correct. And there were too many finger marks to single out one culprit.
And the alibis?
Examining the animal at the morgue, she doesn't yet have a time of death. We'll know more soon.
This case will be the death of me, Murdoch. Those 7 owned him, and they won't let me hear the end of it. I have to have constables patrolling their stables 24 hours a day.
I believe... An idea came to me for surveillance purposes last winter. What if, instead of constantly surveilling, you took a photograph only at the relevant moment?
Why not just get a constable to stand watch?
No. I've devised a way to achieve the same result without need for a constable or photographer.
You mean the camera takes a picture on its own when someone walks past?
Precisely.
How does it know? Someone's got to tell it.
Motion perceptor. This lens on top of the camera can detect changes in light levels, a gradual change, the sun, but a rapid change, such as someone walking past and casting a shadow, and it will trigger this shutter.
And that's when it...
Well, that's the idea. Shall we try it? Inspector, if you could walk past the camera.
So the camera is set off by motion. I know what else you could use this for.
Wait a minute, Murdoch.
Oi, Crawford, wait here! I want my $20 back.
Oh, it's on bad bets.
Baccarat's not running. In case you haven't heard, he's dead.
Oh, that's no concern of mine. If your horse, that's it.
I could arrest you for this.
You placed the bet. You'd have to arrest yourself, too. Care to make another wager?
It's quite a sight. Happened to him yet?
I believe his heart stopped, which would be consistent with a number of ailments if it weren't for the fact that
Meaning the fall was sudden.
That's right. In the case of heart attacks in horses, they generally stumble to the ground. Might have been more sudden, but there's no evidence for that here.
Time of death?
These than humans, but I believe the state of rigor and the opacity of his eyes suggest he died between 10 p.m. and 1.
Well, that exonerates a number of suspects, including Mr. Carmichael.
There is one other interesting explanation for it. It may be unrelated.
His ear is...
Well, the match to it.
Could this have been caused by electricity? Mr. Farnsworth said the electricity was recently installed.
And yet the lights aren't working.
One have disconnected the lights in order to use the electricity for something else.
You mean to electrocute Baccarat?
Is that possible?
Actually killed by electricity far more easily than humans. The charge from an exposed wire is enough to stop a horse's heart.
I've disconnected the wires in order to close a circuit between Baccarat's ear and its rear.
They very well could. Singe marks on the horse's backside, as well as his ear. And then he would have died so quickly that the
animal. Someone has tampered with this light.
So this was intentional.
Let's see if the culprit has left any finger marks.
Mr. Witherspoon, I have a proposal for you.
Ma'am?
Ride Cool Million in the national qualifier.
Pretty awful, but that's not possible.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, Cool Million's not running in the qualifier.
I can get him in the race.
Look, I would love to get back in the saddle, but I need my job. And Mr. Carmichael would not be...
It makes no bloody sense, Murdoch. That man was nearly in tears last time I saw him.
Marks were the only ones found.
Why would he want to kill a horse?
I have no idea, but we're about to find out.
Oh. Seems like you were wrong about that.
Single strike to the head, likely a heavy implement with some sort of indentation or bifurcation at the end.
And there's a tool missing from his farrier's tools to shoe horses.
Two are missing, actually. One is in his hand. If both men went badly.
Well, if the killer did use something he found in here, we're not looking at premeditated murder.
They're bootsy to tell us anything. What's this?
What have you found?
Haven't a clue.
Appears to be ceramic. Perhaps it broke off with the murder weapon.
Strange. Why would anyone want to kill this
Farnsworth killed Baccarat. Someone found out and confronted him. Perhaps the marshals.
Or that trainer of theirs. Murdered in the tack room.
That's terrible. He'd been working for Mrs. Marshall for years.
He's been established as...
What? Well, that's all possible.
We found this in his room.
Perhaps you found out and went to have a word with Mr. Farnsworth.
You knew he'd killed Baccarat and the two of you fought.
Don't care much for what you're suggesting.
Perhaps it was self-defense.
No. No, you got it all wrong. I wasn't even at the stables this afternoon. I left around 1 o'clock. I don't know. Wait, as I was leaving, I seen that bookmaker.
Eddie
He was there. He would have seen me leave. Since last week, he's been hanging around.
Maybe because if Baccarat didn't run.
What's all this?
I'm running Cool Million in the qualifier.
You listed me as your job. You don't have the right. I didn't agree to this.
But you want to. With my horse and you as his jockey, we could win this. You don't belong on the race course, riding the biggest races in the world. Look, picture it. With Baccarat out, all we have to do is beat Carmine.
Even if I agreed, who's to say they'll allow me to run?
Name's on the racing sheet.
And the trainers, the owners, the jockeys. I've been run out of town,
The
but
races they do.
and Carmichael, I have a contract with him, and I need the money.
Let me have money. When we split the purse, we'll both be flush. What do you say?
You cheated me out of $20.
What I didn't cheat you. You made a bad bet.
I didn't know you were going to kill the horse to fix that race. The bet's on Baccarat, is that right?
I did no such thing.
What happened? Farnsworth was going to give you up, is that it? So you killed him?
What?
Then why are you at the stables today? And if you lie to me, I will lock you up for bookmaking. And then I will lock myself up.
Sir, please. Tell us what you do know.
I did want Baccarat out of the race, all right? But I didn't pay this Farnsworth, and I
But you did do something to prevent Baccarat from running.
Yes, I asked someone to make sure he didn't run.
Not Farnsworth.
No, I have a client who owes me a lot of money. He's more than $1,000 in debt.
You let someone bet $1,000.
I thought out he's flat broke. He squandered his whole fortune. So I told him, if you can make it so Baccarat doesn't run, he told me it was taken care of.
Right. Who is this man?
Bruce Marshall, Baccarat's owner.
Here to say no?
I'm here to see what he's got.
Well, well, that's a fine horse after all.
Well, I know what things are worth, Mr. Carmichael.
You're a sharp tack, Miss Hart. I can see what my cousin saw in you.
He never spoke of you at all.
Yes, well, suppose he never will again, thanks to you. That's my trainer on your horse.
That's right.
What are you two playing at? I have him under contract.
Let me make you a spoon ride for me in the qualifier. If he wins, he's free of his employment. If you win, I'll pay you back the full value of the contract.
Win? You think that horse is gonna win?
Are you in or are you out?
All right. All right, not yourself a bet.
It's true, I plotted to kill that poor horse. I had to, don't you see? I'm ruined. My wife can't find out. Please don't tell her.
We're more interested in what happened with Mr. Farnsworth.
You killed him.
What? I didn't kill Chappie.
You had him kill Baccarat.
No, I didn't.
You just admitted you did.
I hired someone else altogether.
You're Witherspoon, eh? The Joey Witherspoon.
That's right.
Horse looks fast.
He is.
I'm gonna have to be careful. Oh, come on, gents. Can't you leave a man in peace for 2 minutes?
We're not here for you, Mr. Crawford.
Him.
Mr. Witherspoon, we'd like to ask you some questions regarding the murder of Chappie Farnsworth.
Me? Why?
Blood on your pants.
Killed Baccarat. But I never went through it. I could. And I was about to tell him I was calling it dead anyway. So I just kept my mouth shut.
We already know Farnsworth killed the horse. The question is,
Mr. Witherspoon, you have blood on your pants.
I was taking out Duke. So I went into the tack room and I saw him. There was blood. He was still alive, you know? So I went to check.
Was he?
No, he was gone. Hands were covered in blood. I knelt in it too. And I knew if I called for help, I'd be blamed. Just like I'm being blamed for it now.
Ah, Miss Hart.
He didn't do it.
And how exactly do you know that?
Because I know him. He's a good man. Won the Kentucky Derby twice.
That means he's not a killer.
He can't be. He would never hurt an animal.
You're wrong about it. Hire him to kill Baccarat. He just didn't get around to doing it.
And he had Mr. Farnsworth's blood on his pants.
So likely. I am struggling, however, to believe that he'd want to kill Mr. Farnsworth.
Maybe he didn't have the stomach to go through with killing the horse. Then they fought when Farnsworth threatened to turn him in.
We can't prove that, but it would answer both of our remaining questions.
Taking that money from Mr. Marshall was the lowest moment of my life, Miss Hart. Just when things were looking up.
Joey, at this moment, I need to know the truth. Murdoch will find out.
I didn't kill Farnsworth. I just found him like that.
You didn't ask him to electrocute Baccarat? They believe that's how Baccarat was killed.
I had nothing to do with that, but I have heard of it in Kentucky. They said it could never be found out. It would look just like a horse dropping.
Yeah. Were they fixing races?
No. It wasn't that kind of scheme. It was a way for the...
So what good would killing it do?
A lot, if your horse is insured.
Not if it was killed deliberately.
Correct. There can't be any hint fall under a named peril.
A cause of death acceptable to the insurers. Accident, illness.
An electrocution could look like the horse died. Clever discovers singe marks.
So are we saying that Baccarat wasn't going to qualify?
It would seem to be the only reason to kill.
What was wrong with him?
What am I looking at?
Discoloration running horizontally across the radius.
Oh. Are you sure it isn't a cyst or a,
No, I believe it's a healed fracture.
Sure.
It's no more than 2 months old. I'd say it's healed, but likely weakened.
So if this horse in a race...
It would have been liable to cause a full break.
That's not possible.
I didn't lose your investment.
You had him killed so you could collect the insurance money.
I assure you, I have no idea what you're talking about. Was injured. I certainly knew nothing about it. I only bought the horse a month ago. When do you suppose all of this happened?
Who did you buy him from?
A broker? Mr. Dalton, I believe. No. My trainer introduced me to him.
Mr. West?
Yes.
When was this?
A couple months ago. Mistake here. Mr. West thoroughly inspected the horse before I purchased him. He would never advise me to buy.
Certainly. I believe we found what we've been looking for.
Regarding Mr. West?
Yes, it seems he has somewhat of a reputation. He likes to, in order to get hired on as a trainer, he then convinces them to invest in a can't-miss horse.
Exactly what he did to Mrs. Marshall with Baccarat. What's in it for him if his boss buys a bad horse? He's not the one selling the horse.
In New York State, Mr. West was arrested and charged with fraud, convicted. In that case, Mr. West's own brother was the seller, acting under a false name.
So the brothers find an old... They then pretend to be strangers and swindle an old lady out of thousands. They then split the proceeds. So these West brothers had to kill Baccarat before he would know she'd been conned.
I believe we have our culprit.
Sir, Mr. Withers. Mr. West. No, I haven't seen him.
Ask around, would you? We need a word with him. Mr. Witherspoon.
Joey, are you all right?
Oh, my sides. I can hardly breathe.
We need to get him to a hospital.
Go and get help.
It was deliberate. The latch on the stall was open and someone spurred him. Mr. Abernathy, sir.
The horse selection was likely random. Any idea who did it?
It seems they got away, sir, but you're...
Oh, good. We'll develop the film.
Sir, who would have it out for Mr. Witherspoon?
He's the one who put us... So if this was retaliation, our main suspect could be responsible. Speak of the devil.
So Mr. What's going on?
Yeah, Mr. West, we need a moment of your time. You sold Mrs. Marshall a horse with a fractured forelimb. You pretended to train it for a month, knowing full well that if it ran in the qualifier, the truth would be exposed.
So you hired Farnsworth to kill it?
Can't prove that.
With Baccarat dead, Mrs. Marshall would have collected the insurance money, been none the wiser.
No.
But something Baccarat died so quickly during the electrocution that it broke its neck during the fall. Messy.
But with us on your case, Farnsworth, so you killed him.
It likely would have worked if Joey Witherspoon hadn't put us onto your scheme.
Which is whack.
I did it all.
As they say, when it goes wrong, guess I won't be riding in the qualifier.
No, but you're going to ride again.
I have to do.
I feel terrible about this.
Hey, now, chin up. We're not cooked yet.
What do you mean?
In that race, you've seen him run. He's faster than Diamond Duke and can run circles around the rest of them. I know where we can get him.
He's confessed, Murdoch. Yes. And you don't believe a word of it.
Sir, we agreed to it. All of it. It was all terribly easy.
Sometimes things are just neat and tidy.
I suppose Mr. West told us that he saw Eddie Crawford near the stables just before Mr. Farnsworth's murder. Also told us he was leaving.
To give himself an alibi. He could have come back.
He certainly could have.
Now say you're right before the murder. Why confess to a crime that he didn't commit?
Perhaps he's protecting someone. Who? This is what the motion perception camera captured right before Joey Witherspoon was trampled.
Why is West protecting her?
They're in it together.
She's cheating herself.
The Marshalls are broke. Bruce Marshall all of their money.
Begged us not to tell his wife.
What if she already knows?
She knows that West is a confidence man, and she's broke. What's this in the first place?
Precisely. She's not, but she is pretending to, taking out large insurance policies on the horses.
For Baccarat?
No, but she told the insurance company she did.
And then when the horse dies, she doesn't get her money back. But she spent it in the first place.
Well, it's just a theory.
Based on a rather compelling fact.
I've told the constables to.
You're saying we killed my horse and then killed a man to cover it up. All to make a little
money that you needed.
This is preposterous. And even if it were true, you have no proof.
This photograph, Mr. Witherspoon, was trampled.
What? Earlier today? I was going there to meet Guy. I couldn't find him.
Confirming you were there.
I don't know.
Anyway, what of it? Making a horse run over some poor...
We found these in the back of your car, Mrs. Marshall.
What is it?
Covered in blood.
These were missing from Mr. Farnsworth's toolkit when we found him dead.
In other words,
I tried to take the fall for you, Scarlett. Really, I did.
No.
I tried to save you.
No, you haven't. I've never seen this before in my life. Please. We just...
The jury, darling. You two lovebirds are going to be tried for murder. So there was two separate...
Involving at least 6 people. Hard to believe a single animal could draw so much ire.
Poor old Baccarat never stood a chance. You're lucky the old pal beat you to the punch. You might get off facing any charges.
Always thinking the worst of me, Inspect. I've done nothing wrong.
Don't push your luck, Sunshine.
What's all this?
Dear. Murdoch's made a camera that takes photos whenever someone walks past. So I thought, Why not do it with horses at the finish line?
So that the device will take a series of photographs beginning the moment the first horse crosses the sensor. Our finish photo, each horse crosses the line first.
A finished photo.
That was my idea.
That's brilliant. This will settle all of the arguments in spite of what the judges rule. Oh, speaking of, gentlemen, do you care to place any bets?
Is on the starting line. Jericho Jack. Maggie's Fortune. Cool Million.
The cool million, after all.
What odds are you giving?
I don't know. I mean, he runs fast, but without Witherspoon.
Just tell me the odds.
I'll give you 4 to 1.
20 to win on Cool Million.
To the line, please, riders.
They'll be back.
Cool Million and Diamond Duke are necking.
And Diamond Duke is the winner.
Says who? It was a dead heat.
We'll prove who was the winner in just a minute.
Isn't that right, Murdoch?
Well, it was quite close. Let's hope it worked.
And the winner is... Cool Million.
It seems we won by a nose.
Miss Hart, that was you riding Cool Million.
Now, wait a minute. Cool Million can't be the winner to jockey in the qualifiers. And even if they were, Miss Hart isn't the registered jockey for this horse. Look at your racing forms. They say Cool Million must be disqualified.
I'm afraid Mr. Carmichael is correct. Cool Million is the winner is Diamond Duke.
Bloody hell.
Mr. Carmichael, I'll need to have a look at your...
All about.
Just hand it over.
Fine.
It's a map. The scene of Mr. Farnsworth's murder.
It was you. You ordered Baccarat's killing.
Preposterous.
He threatened to talk. So you killed...
You ran over Joey Witherspoon to keep him out of the race.
You even wrote the note that lured Mrs. Marshall there, didn't you?
And planted the murder weapon in her car.
Mr. Carmichael, you are under arrest for murder.
Maybe, but I still have all your money.
Maybe so, but at least I have my freedom.
You witch.
Get him out of here.
Looks like Diamond Duke has also been disqualified.
Yes, I suppose race officials frown upon...
Are they reinstating Cool Million as the winner?
Oh, no. That disqualification stands.
Huh. Well, who won?
The horse best.
Ah! That's the horse I bet on.
You what? How's that?
Well, I read the racing form. I measured those against Mr. Crawford's odds. I knew Sunday Best was an unlikely winner, but could provide excellent value for my bet.
What? Oh, I don't believe this.
I may need some time to raise the money.
But be sure that you do. Ah! Ah! Sometimes a long shot does pay off.
So, what you think? You gonna jockey again?
I think I'm done with horse racing.
You're not gonna sell Cool Million, are you?
No, sir. I'm gonna put him out to stud. News of his wide. I should make a pretty penny.
I should think so. I heard they writing stories about the qualifier all the way over in Europe.
Is that
Telegram inviting me to race?
You gonna give racing another go?
I am. Without you, I would have never gotten back in the saddle.
Goodbye, Joey.
Oh.
No.
It's positively decrepit.
It's not that bad.
I knew the Carmichaels would only let me keep this because it was worth it.
Painted years ago.
Well, should we turn back?
Well, the carriage left hours ago.
We're missing the best part. It's beautiful here.
Well, it is a lovely day. And we had so much wine and cheese.
I suppose the cottage does have 4 walls and a roof.
What else do we need? Some survival items in my bag.
What is that?
Oh, be careful with that. It's capsicum expellers. It sprays compressed pepper, oil, and air. I imagine it would be very painful.
We'll work on drunk men in the city.
Oh.
No time like the present.
It's nature. Well, that's $2 you owe me now, Effie.
I will work off my debt in your defense.
What does that mean?
It means that you will undoubtedly get arrested again, Julia.
Make you feel better?
It would have been once.
I brought it from the morgue as a lark. Don't worry, it's armless.
You two spend far too much time around dead bodies.
Are you a murderer out there?
Our young
What's a young adventurette?
It's a new outdoor adventure group for girls.
I believe the organization broke off from adventurers. A flurry of girls showed up and demanded to take part.
Right. Now we have our own troops.
Where is the...
I don't know.
What happened to you, Gemma?
Where did the blood come from?
This morning, I found our troop leader, Miss Towns, laying on the trail covered in blood. She was dead.
You've been very brave, Gemma.
Could you show us where Miss Towns is? Maybe we could help you. You don't have to worry. We'll be there to protect you. Besides, you can do it.
All right.
Do you think it could have been an animal attack?
It's most likely.
She could also be mistaken, that the troop leader might not even...
I can tell the difference. She's dead. I'm not a fool.
There she is.
This looks like a murder.
Indeed.
The madman?
The victim was bludgeoned with a blunt object, holding a rendezvous gone badly.
Strange place for it.
A Victor Lourdes was released from Kingston Penitentiary.
Suppose he was better off in the pen.
Who is this madman?
Amongst the trees. Then he ran away.
You saw someone in these woods? Why didn't your troop leader lead you to safety?
I told Miss Towns.
The girls.
The camp's right over there. Although I don't see them. They must still be in the woods somewhere.
We need a buddy like this.
We'll split up. Louise and I'll find the other girls.
Where did you last see them, Gemma?
They were headed in that direction.
Violet and I need to examine the body.
Fern! Crystal, it's me! Oh gosh, I was so sure you were the madman. We were so terrified!
We've come to take you.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought we might die out here. Just like poor Miss Towns. Miss Towns!
Here, let me...
Mortally wounded!
She tripped on a root and sprained her ankle. That's a pretty good splint you have there. Did you make it?
That's Crystal's hand. Toronto young adventuress to have earned herself a medical badge. Right, Crystal?
That's impressive work, Crystal. You could be a fine doctor someday.
She's shy.
Let's get a move on before this madman character returns.
Well, looks like one of you will have to carry her.
Postmortem when she returns on Tuesday. Take a look at this.
Instructions to meet behind the Valachi factory. And is this the writer?
I would expect.
What was Mr. Lourdes in prison for?
A horse and buggy onto the sidewalk after drinking a pint of whiskey.
And that's worthy of jail time?
Oh, thereby killing her.
Well, could have mentioned that first.
Well, this is interesting. In court, the dead woman's sister...
Maybe she kept her word.
The blade is clean.
There's an inscription on it.
Young adventuress. The blade is far too wide to have made that wound. I think we're looking for a smaller blade, like a folding knife.
I think back to the cottage.
And how do you suppose that we do that?
Actually, I think William may have packed me just the thing.
What in the dickens is this thing?
William made it. Apparently it's for floating on top. For fun and relaxation, supposedly.
Poor Miss Towns is having the first go.
Indeed. Oh, dear God.
If you must know, my name is Louise Cherry.
The reporter?
You know me?
My father hates you.
I am that.
7 feet. Come again? You must be at least 7 feet tall. Only? You said you couldn't carry her because of the concavity of your spinal cord. Liar.
Your spine. Exactly. I tell only truths, specifically applied to my benefit.
You are of the most sinister sort, Miss Cherry. You must be taller than my dad.
I couldn't say. I've actually never met him.
You're taller than that tree.
That I am.
I bet you could thoroughly whip the madman if he reappeared.
Certainly do.
Well, I hope it was in the most brutal way.
Sorry, let me repeat. We are police.
The noose for killing my sister.
Did you have something to do with his death?
Absolutely not.
I find that hard to believe based on what you've just said.
Well, then hear this. Last night, I was on the 5 o'clock train from Montreal.
At 8 o'clock, you were still on the train.
Precisely. There's no way I could have done it.
Do you recognize her?
The peacock?
Ah, nope, nope.
Never seen her before in my life.
Bella, you lily liver, you ran away.
What was I supposed to do? Miss Towns was killed.
Stay helps.
Everyone reacts to stressful situations differently. It's an awful thing you've been through.
Running away from danger is a very normal response.
Body. She was already dead when I got there, I swear.
No one's accusing you. We're just trying to figure out what happened.
The other girls came running, and Bella ran away.
I was scared.
So then we decided that Fern and Crystal would go get help and I would stay behind. But... And then I heard the madman coming, so I ran away too.
Did you get a look at him?
No.
Are you sure it was him?
Rest for a while. You must be tired after all that walking.
Children can be quite the deceivers.
Once we get Miss Townsend inside and get the girls rested, one of us should set out for the authorities.
The next town ourselves. With the madman out there? It's too dangerous.
We'll be safe in the cottage tonight.
If the...
Come, girls.
You girls wait out here.
Wait! What? Wait!
What's going on?
Stay outside, girls.
Why?
Wait! Oh, hey! Watch the face! Hey! Please! Stop! Stop!
Who are you?
Sidious Jones.
How did you get in here?
The door was open.
Oh, so you just waltz into other people's houses? That is
It's
criminal.
abandoned. I've been using this house to store supplies for years.
Even though it's my cottage?
As I said, I thought it was abandoned. Definitely keep it in better repair.
But that's none of your concern. And why are you storing things in here?
I'm a young adventure leader. Hence, medicine all in that storage closet back there. Take a look.
He doesn't look like a madman. Likes that killer edge.
What happened to her?
Did you know Miss Towns? She was a young adventurettes troop leader.
No, I didn't.
Range in the woods today?
Yes. Now that you mention it, I'm
Where's your troop now?
waiting for me at our campsite. I came here to get supplies.
What was the strange encounter?
Today, one of my boys fell into a giant hole. One that was clearly dug purposefully, and as we were getting him out, away through the trees.
It could be this madman.
What are you talking about?
The girl...
Well, then we must get the police. Let me go. I can go get help.
Quite a lot of customers. The line is around the corner.
Yes, miss? Pardon me, miss?
50% off.
No.
We'd like to ask you some questions.
Maybe. She looks vaguely familiar, but I can't be sure.
Your photography shop stamp is on the...
Really have no recollection of that particular customer.
I think I have an answer. There's an entire table of these right over there.
Of course. A copy of this photo is already installed in the frames, courtesy of the manufacturing company.
Stamp on the back of each photograph.
I stamp everything, detective. It's advertising.
Ah, so if someone were one of these photographs with...
Yes. Now, if we are quite through, I need to get back to my...
So, whoever was corresponding with him used a fake photograph to lure Mr. Lured to his death.
Very, very strange.
Before you leave, I need you to show me where you heard that person in the woods.
Of course.
You can't be alone with that man in the woods. There's a killer out there. In fact, he may well be the killer.
How do we know he saw anything at all, Julia?
I have to find out for myself. I have my capsicum expellent and my wits. I'll be fine.
Girls, I'll join you.
I'll start the examination.
Watch the gerbils.
Well, I don't want them to see the body while I do the examination. I need you to preoccupy them. Them with your natural charm.
I'll dazzle them, all right.
Okay, gerbils.
Gerbil!
This is where I heard him.
Are you sure, Mr. Jones?
Quite. Well, I should be off now. Be careful.
How do we know he hasn't left us? He makes his escape.
We don't.
He's right, you know.
Gemma, what are you doing here? What? You need to go back to the cottage.
See these broken branches? The madman went this way. Furthermore,
This.
up that way. It was open and her things were hanging out.
Someone's been through it.
Can't go wrong with 50% off.
Telephoned the frame manufacturer, and they informed me that the woman in the photograph passed away years ago.
Huh. Uncover the real author of Mr. Lord's love letters.
The only person with clear motive against him has an alibi.
Perhaps he had some other enemy with... Catfishing is all the rage right now. Try some?
No, thank you. Mud.
Miss Hart?
Hello, Crystal. Are you all right?
Are you a doctor?
Not quite. In the corner.
Manage that.
I have a talent for taking things that I want in this world.
But you're a black woman.
As are you.
I want to be a doctor, but I can't.
The only one who can determine what you want out of this world is you.
Miss Town said I shouldn't set my aspirations so high. She said I was more likely to be a maid.
Anymore.
I suppose.
Is there something else you want to tell me?
None of us liked her. Especially Fern. She's only been acting sad. Before.
Why don't we go join the other girls?
Now, remember, to hold those in authority accountable. If you give a man an ounce of power, he will not hesitate to lord it over you.
Or lording over me. They aren't nearly smart enough.
You'd be surprised. Are you finished with the exam?
To report. We should move the body to the woodshed.
That would be best.
Girls, maybe we should go around and say something nice about Miss... Girls?
Towns was our rock. Unbending and hard. That's the nicest thing. I liked her cooking.
She was our guide, and she led us with an iron hand.
She took some getting used to.
She had a rather unpleasant disposition. The truth is, she said awful things to all of us.
Are we ignoring the obvious?
What?
That the killer could be one of those
They're just little girls squabbling as little girls do. Where's Gemma?
Who?
Louise.
Policeman! I'm looking for a policeman. I've been attacked. What did she look like?
I only saw her back as she ran away.
Do you have any idea who it could have been?
Not at all. She's been behind bars in the Kingston Penitentiary for the last while.
You recognize that?
Never seen him.
You were both in the same jail at the same time.
Lots of people are in jail. Guess you're good at your job. I wanted to spend my first day as a free man with my new love.
And you wouldn't happen to have a photograph of this?
Ain't she pretty?
Hide behind that tree. Stay out of sight. They're ghastly. They're certainly not welcoming.
dear God! Julia! Phil, I'll pull you out in 3. 1, 2... Julia.
Please, we meant no harm coming here. Steal? No, we've stolen nothing.
Lies. Someone broke into my cottage today, and it had to be one of you lot.
We've done nothing of the sort. We've never been here before.
Could someone help me?
Use that to trap animals. But this one's just skin and bones, so I'll skip this one.
Thank you.
Get off there.
Earlier, we found the body of a dead woman near the lake. You don't have...
Nope.
She'd been stabbed. Perhaps with a folding knife, similar to one...
That's so.
We also found this rucksack on the path to your cottage. It has been rifled through.
See any body?
You sure about that?
You calling me a liar?
Let them go! Gemma!
Kill me. Listen, I don't know who you people are, but I'm done with you. Get out of here.
Kill you!
Also received love letters, and this same photograph was enclosed.
My girl was cheating on me? No, it was the one writing the letters.
The person writing the love letters is not the same person in the photograph. For you out and to kill you.
It was too good to be true. Of love. You're telling me. I suppose I should call my wife to pick me up. Do you have a telephone?
Terrifying. I was sure she would shoot us. She must have been the one watching you from the shadows.
Oh, dear God, that's a dead crow.
It's a bit of a bad omen, is it not?
Hey!
Hey. Can you believe it? She hit me right here. It's still bloody.
Mr. Feiss's wife is the owner of the photography studio?
The deceptive photographs came from her. How will we find that she has a direct connection to one of the victims?
Perhaps we should have a word.
Mrs. Feist, a word, please.
Certainly.
And was just attacked.
3 days out of jail already on one of his trysts. Typical.
Anything to do with this attack?
Of course not.
What were you doing an hour ago?
I was at my photo studio.
You could have slipped away at some point.
My employees were with me the entire time. You can ask them. I only just closed the shop.
Ready?
Good evening, Detective.
Yes, I loaded up my boys and sent them to get the help instead.
And what of your excursion, Effie?
Turned out to be a woodswoman who was setting traps in the forest to catch her food.
Do you think she could be the killer? Or was she lurking in the bushes?
Just takes pleasure in scaring people away from her woods.
Maybe. She didn't seem to know much about the murder.
Mr. Jones? Miss Towns has love letters in her rucksack, all signed by yours truly, Osidious Jones.
You knew Miss Towns more intimately than you let on.
Did you kill her?
No. No. You've got hurt her.
A likely story.
I stayed behind so that I could investigate her murder on my own.
Why would we believe anything you say? You already...
What is this? That belonged to Miss Towns.
And it's covered in blood.
You are the killer.
Wait. I can explain. Move it. Stay back! Stay back!
Come on, Julia!
Julia, stop! He's a killer.
We have to get help as soon as possible.
I doubt he sent anyone to fetch the authorities.
We never saw any evidence of young adventurers in those woods at all.
About everything.
We set out in the morning.
What if he comes back before then?
We set up a watch rotation.
Julia. Oh, it's time to switch.
No, I fell asleep.
It's all right. Everything.
Thank goodness.
I can't sleep.
You can sit with me for as long as you'd like.
I wish I was more like you, Miss Hart.
What do you mean? I think you're wonderful the way you are.
Well, you're kind and calm.
Where is this coming from?
I've always felt like I needed to blend into the background to get to see you and you're standing in the front.
You can stand wherever you please. This is a very unforgiving world. You have to take. All right? It should be an hour walk back to the road and another.
Everyone will be all right without us. It's Mr. Jones's bag. Hello. There's his hat. He's alive.
Barely, by the looks of it.
You all right?
What happened?
I don't know.
Julia, where are you going?
You tend to him. I think I know who did this.
What do you want?
I want to know why you tried to kill Mr. Please, don't act innocent.
I am innocent. You know, you've been here 2 days and it's been nothing but trouble. I'd say
the police will be coming to talk to you.
I don't take kindly to these accusations. Get off my property. Keep walking, girlie!
Mrs. Weiss must be connected to this scheme.
Of her husband's philandering ways.
But what of Victor Lourdes? She had no connection to him whatsoever.
Also has an ironclad alibi for her husband's attack.
And there's no connection between Mrs. Weiss and Miss Todd?
Other than them both having ironclad alibis.
However, neither has an alibi for the other. Have no motive.
What? Could they have switched?
Mrs. Weiss, another visit.
Get away from the window.
Rest. We'll leave soon.
Julia, what about this?
How do you explain this?
What are you talking about?
The knife.
I've never seen it before. I didn't kill her. I loved her.
What do you think?
It is a young adventurette knife. Perhaps one of the girls could have planted it on him to make him look like the killer.
It's not my fault. Your husband has a hard head.
Nothing between Mrs. Weiss and Miss Todd that we're overlooking.
What was that?
Let's continue this conversation down at the station house, shall we?
Who does this knife belong to?
It isn't mine. I have mine right here.
Gemma, where's your knife?
I don't know. One of them must have... It's true. My mom had my knife engraved so it wouldn't be mixed up with the others.
Let's see the rest of them.
Open your hand. Why do you have Gemma?
Bella, stop!
Catch a rabbit.
What are you doing here?
Well, I realized I wasn't very neighborly in the woods for so long, so I brought a peace offering. Troubles.
I was the runt of the group, and the other girls were constantly harassing me. So I went to Miss Towns for help. Tattletale and told me to be stoical as a young adventurer should be.
So you killed her?
My body. Next thing I knew, she was dead.
And what about Mr. Jones?
I put my knife in his back.
You pushed him off the cliff?
I figured that if you found him dead with the weapon, it would all be over. I was scared.
You tried to kill him to...
What's gonna happen to me?
We were indeed strangers. We met for a week before the release of my husband and Mr. Lord.
I wanted revenge on my sister's killer, while Mrs. Weiss sought to dispose of her.
That filthy philanderer. Just wanted to move on with my life.
She found herself a new man.
And so you...
Killing each other's targets would provide us both with alibis. So Miss Todd didn't...
And thus the scheme unraveled.
The plan was quite ingenious.
Does it?
Goodbye, Gerbil.
Later, Louise.
Will you carry me again?
There's a very nice offer.
Are you sure you have everything?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Miss Hart. Will you be our new troop leader, Miss Hart?
I think I can handle any more of the woods. But with or without me, I hope that you'll stay true to yourself.
I will.
What shall I do with this place?
Perhaps you could restore it to its former glory.
Rental lodging?
Let's not get carried away.
Maybe I'll rent it to the Young Adventurers Association.
Oh, that would be lovely. At Woodland Trips.
And I can make a pretty penny.
I think it's time for wine.
Yeah.
It's a shame about the floaty. I was looking forward to trying it.
Oh, I know. I suppose we should burn. What are you wearing, Effie?
Where did you get such a scandalous swimsuit?
It's positively salacious. You're going to give people the wrong impression.
I don't care one iota.
And you shouldn't.
William wouldn't know what to do with himself. Please don't. A full bodysuit is obviously the elegant choice.
Oh, mother's bloomers.
I'll have you know my grandmother was quite something. She was arrested 3 times before she turned 20.
Still looks like...
Have to agree, Louise.
Miss Hart?
Don't drag me into this. I'm just trying to enjoy my summer retreat.
I'm Julia.